Heyo, folks. I'm Cloak and I make games. How's that for an intro? We'll try it out. No webcam today, just don't want to. But while we're getting started, I will show some things I've been working on before we spin the wheel, just to give people time to arrive if they're available today. Put all this up. The main thing is I set this in the Discord, but I have a damage handling table now. Where is it? I'll show it. Boom. Look at this, it's beautiful. And I even have this context sensitive highlighting. It's very simple spreadsheet game design that I just don't take advantage of very often because I'm one guy, I can just type numbers into code. But with this, there was just too many things, I didn't want to bother with that. So yeah, this is a spreadsheet. I can download it as an SCV. And here we go, it gets loaded in. And all these numbers just come out of this spreadsheet now, which is fun. So I can make changes much more easily than I could before. And also I kind of changed how the scaling works to handle some more use cases I was running into that weren't supported. So yeah, I mean, I can show it, but mostly what is here is identical to what was here before. So it's not that exciting, which is why I can't really make a dev video about it, but I do like showing that I have imported from the SCV. Very CSV, SCV? StarCraft brained. CSV, and I have the table here in my debug menu. Should maybe make it automatically size. And I can change these values. It won't like save or anything, though I could do that if I did a little bit more work. But I can change these values to like try stuff. So like if would be all types of damage. Actually, I don't know if all damage works. Well, let's find out. If I make that 2 and this works, all damage should do 200% more against natural things. Oh, it does work. Look at that. Okay, so somewhere in my code I do add. So now I'm killing these bushes in 1 hit. If I set it back to 0, the bushes should be 3 hits or 2 hits. Yeah, 2 hits. I should be doing 2 damage and the bush has 3 health. So I could also make like, I mean, this is just how it works. There's all the damage types. These are all of the attributes that something that you're damaging could have. Some of them overlap, like here's the elemental types, fire through light. Also have corresponding damage types, fire through light. Arcane is a elemental type, but because of the lore, something can't be arcane. So that's why it's only 1. Hey Honeyshuckle, welcome in. You did beat a couple more of my high scores in Rift the Necrodancer. How am I doing? Well, I was doing great until you told me that. No, I'm kidding. I have been hard at work today, so I actually feel really good, and that's why I didn't play the game yet. But I do look forward to playing again and competing against those scores. Oh, night has fallen. So yeah, that's what I worked on. I made the damage tables. I fixed a few other things. A bunch of interactions now don't work because I rewrote that. So like, I don't know even what's going on here. These are supposed to block you from breaking more than 1 at a time. You can, if you upgrade the axe, you can hit the rock with the axe right now. Things like that. That's going to be handled by a separate system. What I did is I separated the damage handling from collision handling. Also, ignore this up here. That's just a lighting glitch. It'll go away on its own, I guess. Yeah, I separated the collision handling from the damage handling, so I can do that better. Yeah, I feel like Pichu is going to continue to defeat us, yeah. I agree. I think it is us versus Pichu. We can add our once it gets down to it, we can add our high scores together. What are we making right now? We have not spun the wheel yet. I was just going to explain that damage stuff, but let's do that now. Let me get the wheel out. I did remove terrain from this. How do I close that? There we go. I did remove terrain for now. We rolled out last time and I found it was kind of ambiguous and we ended up making an enemy. I'll think about how to describe that better in other categories we could do. But yeah, here we go. Spin the wheel. All right, we are making an NPC. Ooh, spooky sound. NPC. I also wanted to see puzzle, but NPC is the second best right now. Should we add... Let me add a text element. We could just say what we're making. text. Ooh, it's huge. I don't have like a spot on the overlay for this, so I'll just put it on the taskbar. How's that? Is that gonna center somewhere? Whoop. I hate that. That's about center. Close enough. Let's put it up a tiny bit. Okay. Yes, okay, let's make an NPC. I have lots ready. And if chat has input, we can decide. Let me, 1 second. I have to open my lore document off screen to make sure that I don't spoil anything. That one is not an option. That one is not an option. That one is. I'm gonna skip him for now. Okay. There we go. Lore document open. We've got 4 options for NPCs. Because I do want to add, like, we could add a random NPC, but I kind of figure until we have the actual main characters in, I am not going to. How do I change the font? That's annoying. I wish it were. So let's introduce some of the characters. All right. This will be fun. Okay. Get all organized here. So part of the story is we're gonna meet the main cast of characters, almost like Final Fantasy style, where like you meet a bunch of people and then you just go all over the world with them, like D&D party as well. I guess my storytelling has been inspired by D&D more lately. But you're gonna travel with most of these main characters. We've already have Drifter, he's the main character. So don't need to design him today. And the 4 characters that I have designed already. Oop, let's do this in the order that I keep them in my head, just so. And, ooh. Did I write for it? Okay. There we go. So all these 4 folks, fine folks, young adults that come from the town of Serata. Which, as we may have anyone in the alpha channel that had played the like super early demo, is I'll just show where it is on the map as well. So over here is the campsite that these characters have been hanging out at, and they're from Serata, which is a town over this way. Gotta get the cursor. Oh, get out of here, slime! Hey, there's a rock here. You put that there. Okay. Bridge to Serata, but it has collapsed, and if I were to go over there, it doesn't go anywhere yet. The bridge is collapsed, so they're stranded on this side, living at the campsite right after the Arcanaclysm destroyed everything. And Drifter's gonna meet up with them and help them find a way home. That's the TLDR. There's a lot more going on. It's epic fantasy, but I don't want to spoil anything. And they're actually a party of hunters, but Kacie is the main hunter. Edmund is a... Edmund is a blacksmith, but they all hunt together. They're like, but they were sent to rendezvous with some folks somewhere else in the Realm Wilds. Emery doesn't have... I didn't give them a profession. Well, Emery's the most secretive, so I'm going to not spoil any of that right now. And then Tiernan I have not designed yet. But Tiernan is all of them. They're all friends. Tiernan is the closest friend to all of them, kind of the core of the group, along with Kacie, who's kind of a leaderish. Kacie's a little more outgoing, a little more daring and bold. Edmund is quieter and intellectual. Emery is just extremely mysterious. I don't think we're going to draw them today. And again, since I haven't really designed Tiernan yet, I think we're going to limit it to these three. And we'll just start with Kacie or Edmund because I know the most about them. And we can just do some art. More pixel art than anything today. Open up Sprite. Let's start with, oh, it gets a little cute. Let's see here. Oh dear. Must be this one. Oh, look who's here. That's fine. Characters, and let's start with Kacie because Kacie will be the first character we meet. And we'll see how many, maybe we could just do idle frames for all three of, or all four of them, depending on how long it takes and how tired I am. And then I can do the animations later. Normally this would also involve like the NPC role on the wheel. Mr. Time Loop Angst, yep. Yeah, normally the... Man, I'm happy with that sprite now that I look at it. Yeah, anyways. I'm on Kacie's sheet now, so we can clean up a little bit. I will keep... I'll just keep them all as reference until later. Normally the NPC on the wheel I would want to also add some dialogue, but because I'm not so far into the story and writing yet for Arcanaclysm, I'm not quite ready to do all of that. So we'll just do the crucial art for all these main characters, or as many as I can get done. And let's see here. I have descriptions for some of them. Oh, but I don't for Kacie. Why not? Let me go open my story document. I think I forgot to copy some of it. No. There we go. Song of Time. I give them ages too. When did I do that? Okay. Here's my physical description from my initial story document. We'll just run with it. Any design changes we make today. I mean, this is going to be pretty final unless I come up with something that's lower significant. Just because once I draw the sprite, it's kind of set in stone. But I don't think the physical description matters too much, as much as the writing and the characterization. That's the right color palette already for the skin. Red and black hair. Let's... start by making her bald. putting that back just so it's... oh my god. It actually looks kind of fine. It's just... Well, there's Bald Drifter. Right now we know what he looks like. Let's give her a more generic shirt for now. Just as a... Well, this probably wouldn't go up so high. Actually, that's the... What's the shape of this? Not that wide. Kacie does not wear a cloak. Oh, I'm gonna have to give her arms. Where do the arms go? See, Drifter doesn't have arms, they're just inside there. Inside his cloak. Oh no. I forgot how to do this. It's been a character without a cloak. I know. It's shocking. It's a betrayal of my art style. Okay, that looks a little better. That's right, they're kind of just rectangular in this style. Give her pants. I don't like the background being there. Let me actually adjust the grid. Oh. Okay. I don't know how to change the background. Impossible, yeah. That looks like... Yeah, okay, I'll just move the whole sprite up there for now. Wait. No, I want to know. I need to learn this because I'm learning a sprite. There we go. I'm gonna check the Daughter of Dreams sprites real quick as well, which I will also do. Let's close Arcanaclysm for now. I don't think we need it for a little bit. Turn that text off too. I'm going to reference the Daughter of Dreams sprites because that was the basis of the Arcanaclysm ones. They're a little bit different, but I think a couple more references would help me make sure the arms are in the right place. I think I had a template NPC even. A lot of them have cloaks. No. Sprite NPC herb. Oh wow. Hold on, I gotta show this. Look at this guy. Whoa. That's awesome. Why are his arms so long? Is that the normal style? No, it's not. Oh, that must be part of his cloak? No, he just has long arms. They're all normal. Here's oops. Aitama? Yeah, you can tell it's a different style because they're a little bit shorter. Maria. We'll copy and paste a few of these just for reference. Yeah, the Daughter of Dreams sprites are a little bit shorter. Some people just have long arms. Yeah, pretty much. Old lady. That was a little inconsistent. Like, the angle, like, this should probably show some of the behind of the dress like it did for Maria. Yeah, I like the shape of Maria's outline better. I guess it's just a longer dress too. Let's get some Old Man Leo. You can see that whole name, Old Man Leo, every time. He's a Fisher guy. And a fan favorite, Fish Basin PC in a cloak game. I'm here with my art style. I need to learn real anatomy, but not too much. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the one benefit of the pixel art, is like, I gotta make sure they kind of look like people, but they're not gonna look like people no matter what you do. Redix. This guy is based off someone I met in real life. Some fun development lore. He was telling me about his lucky red shoes. This is the effect of pareidolia. Okay, sure. Amir. Oh, you're kind of scrawny, dude. I think this guy's a teenager. Whoa! There's more variety in these sprites than I remember. That's cool. Oh, they're cool. There we go. I think it's plenty of references. And the Arcanaclysm style is a little bit different, but at least getting the shape will help. Since I have Everin in the other references, I'm just going to clear him from here. Oh, by the way, here's Hatless Drifter as well. He was initially didn't have a hat at all. That was the original sprite. Look at that. Nice. Body type representation even when you're like 10 by 15 pixels. I try a little bit. I think that's something I can also do more of. Oops. Where do I... Celeste is just not... Oh, I chopped off Celeste's orb here. That's why. Celeste is pondering their orb. Day in, day out. How did I do with the arm positions? Well, this... Well... Came to the exact same conclusion that I did before. Only this character is shorter than Redix is here. So I could make their legs longer. I do want this character to be a little taller. And if I want to make them skinny, well, I can put the arms closer in. I think this character is like that. Yeah, that's Celeste. They're cool. Okay, so it turns out it's pretty, like, this is a more broad-shouldered character. I could make the arms more like that, or more like that. I like that better for this one. Let's just make a bunch of variations on this one, so that I have, and I'll save this for references as well for the future. Could have shorter arms, or even longer arms, but lower arms. Could have a smaller head? Maybe. Well, that would be like more like a kid. I could do that. Let's make a bigger head. See what that looks like. Ooh. Okay. I think the head kind of has to be that size. Some of them are more square. Like, well, Redix has a scarf on. I can make them a bit shorter. Stubbier legs. Collar pants. And I could, whoa. Different kind of shirt. This is like a tank top almost. Even if, oh, well, that looks like I don't know. This character's a little buffer. Let's try to make a wider character. How do I do that for him? The arm's a bit stubbier. Or even the legs could be wider. No, that's not quite. That's identical. So I need the arms higher so I can show the... Oh, just put these wider. Yeah. What did I... Oh, he also... Okay, so he's shorter too. What is happening? Okay, hold on. Try that again. Let's do that. It's not like your arms are behind. You're Minecrafting her for a second, yeah. I need all of these for reference because I'm going to do this for the animations, but let's move them out of the way for now. Very stubby arms. Well, there we go, a little broader. I mean, it's not very particular. That's like a really broad-shouldered person. Maybe these templates are also an NPC unto themselves. Just one template NPC that shapeshifts into any of these. So part of what I did for Old Man Leo, actually, I'll keep this one, I don't like it very much, but is the shirt actually drops lower. What? Templation. Okay, I'm just gonna, for a second, I'm just gonna straight up recolor. That's the sleeves. I guess the sleeves kind of have to be and then there's this. There we go. This guy's got a small head. Put this here. Okay, that's better. Can make this one taller as well. I do quite like the kind of low, the low jacket on him. Kind of this sea vest. So I'll make that version as well. Just as a reference, and probably use that again for a different NPC. Yeah, it works better when you have all those key details. Okay, but Kacie is not particularly scrawny, so we're gonna pick this template for now. She is muscular, and she has black hair with a little bit of red in it. Well, hold on, I don't want to use that. I'm gonna use the dark gray. Where's my reference? And I wonder if they have like kind of short curly hair. Or like a ponytail. Probably not. It's the red streaks though. Could do this kind of where only the streak is longer, just shorter. No, I need it has to be darker red. I did that, and then I flipped them. Flipped her. still not thinking about her as a specific character yet. I would put that here. Oops. Wait, what happened there? Must have copy pasted. Well, then the hair, of course, goes down a lot lower. To Xanarkand. Maybe it goes all the way down even. Just as a concept here. First draft, you know. Why is her ears... what? That's better. I kind of liked the taller top of the hair, just to give her head a different shape. That is a lot of hair. Kind of one of the other troubles with pixel art is like, yeah, I want her head to, like her hair to be a little bit, take up a little bit more space, but my only option is 50% more. I can't like just tweak it up a tiny bit. Which does kind of mean things like, I mean, that looks more natural to me. But then it means other NPCs are going to have kind of the same shape, but that's fine. It's also part of a style. That's why there's like a red streak though, because in pixel art, like you give characters extreme hairstyles so that in low resolution art, you can still identify who's who. For instance, let me find the most famous example of this. I think this is true in general. I mean, this is also just an anime thing, but also there's a reason this guy has insane hair. It's because you can tell exactly who that is from any angle, despite it being made of like 4 shapes. Yeah, exactly. The same thing is true in pixel art. You have to really exaggerate stuff, and hairstyles and hair colors are just a great shortcut to that. Obviously, you want to do the best job you can to give them different bodies or different faces, but you're just pretty limited. Let me look at another example. What's the game called? Here we go. So this is a higher resolution style that I'm doing. So you have more to work with. Anyways, I don't know if I think this is the original art. I haven't played in a while. Yeah, sometimes you give them extreme hair, so you don't have to give them personality. That is also true, and this I'm definitely going to avoid. You can see they do have quite a variety of body shapes and types and sizes as well, especially with these particularly alien characters. But you can also see they all have different colored hair, different hairstyle, and like this is a very exaggerated ponytail. I guess this must be original, and then this is someone's fan remake. But like, yeah, every hair has a different shape, a different color, Every character pretty much is a different height. There's this helmet here that makes it really distinctive. Frog is short. Whoever this is, again, different hair color, different hair shape. It's like real people aren't this distinctive, but in character design, you want to do as much as you can to differentiate them. My style is more limited and a little bit more subdued, but I could do something more extreme, like give this streak a little cowlick or something. I don't know. I want to get a brighter red, but this red is wrong because the brown skin doesn't allow it. Like I could, let's see, maybe I give her darker skin even. Hold on. But if I did that, then the red would contrast better. So that's one option. And what color is, so Drifter's already, okay, so I could, that would work. Let's see. I have to go, unfortunately. Good luck with the design. Thank you. And good luck with your stream. I believe you're streaming later. Thanks for dropping by. We'll run with this for a little bit. I'd also consider giving her eyes, making her eyes white to contrast more. But I don't know if I want... Oh my god, never mind. I could add one white there. But Drifter's eyes are only black. Maybe they should all have one white pixel. No, then they look like they're cross-eyed. That's why I settled for what I had. The eyes are kind of implied anyways. You kind of look at a face and you know there's eyes there. I think it's fine. I could also go for, instead of black and red, red and a darker red. No, I like the black and red. I actually think I need to mix colors to get a new hair color. I could go more. Well, that's super vibrant. It's pink instead. Okay, let's start with this red, which I think looks the best, even though I don't like the contrast right yet. And let's just work on other parts of the design. Did I write anything about Kacie's outfit? I did not. Let's come up with something. So she's primarily a hunter, kind of outdoorsy, explory person, so definitely comfortable, practical clothes. I mean, they're all village people with professions. They have normal clothing, but again, with the kind of way of designing characters, especially with limited resolution, you want to give something really distinct to it. But of all the characters, Kacie could be the one with the simplest clothing, like maybe something that matches her hair as well. If we use the same, not for the whole thing, but like a belt that was red or an undershirt that's red. Then she's got like a kind of... Let's give her like a sturdy leather jacket. Hold on. Do you like that undershirt? That's nice. hunter would not have bright clothing, but I guess Kacie likes the bright. Actually, maybe you go with the color of the Realm Wilds. So like if it's a camo thing, like not camo directly, but like, whoa, that was slow. Let's take a look at what the Realm Wild looks like in game and pick some colors from that. Lost Woods, of course. So here, these kind of dark reds, purples, oranges would actually be suitable color for camo. Or even these tree colors. I'm gonna just put that on my second monitor too. Oh, interesting. Move the window around, the character just keeps moving forever. Strange. So something like this, way too gaudy. But I don't know fashion either. Maybe, I mean, she's not necessarily fashionable, so that doesn't matter, but can't really do the dark brown because there's not enough contrast again. Greens? I want to do green and red, and Drifter's already green. For him, it was easier to separate his clothing from his skin because he's wearing this cloak and I just put this darker collar there. This is why his hair is blonde, again, for the contrast reason. I could put, well, that helps. Just a little bit of highlight in the hair. Maybe not quite that light. I like the shape of that jacket. I like the idea of a jacket and then some kind of rugged pants and boots. If I go for these kind of tall boots, like that. Well, that's a bad idea. I mean, honestly, maybe it is just gray. Also wondering about what if instead of these streaks I do kind of go for like a... Ooh, that's actually kind of fun. I think I did that with Everin's art. Right in the center, no. But I could do that. Could give her like earrings. Oh, but maybe the buttons are orange. Not that orange, this brighter red, there we go.
that's not what I'm looking for either. Man, pixel art is so hard. Art is so hard. This is why this is on the wheel, because I wouldn't do this. I would just, there would be no characters in the game.
Let's see. Let me look at my references, see if I can be inspired. None of them have. Well, he's got straight up black hair. Let's retract the black highlight for a minute. The red highlight. And just make the hair look right. I do kind of like, it's like a little more curly up here. That looks more like a... Or if she has a bun? It makes sense too. How do I make it rounder? Problem is, that's where the ears are. Oh, wait. Okay, so that's, hold on. That's not right. But how do I fix it? That's like, we're getting more into Afro territory with this. Good work. And you could do the like the double. I don't hate that actually. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do on this character. But I am gonna copy this over into the references. Not lose that. Because this looks like Mickey Mouse. Which I don't really mind for like a side NPC. Someone can be like, haha, they look like Mickey Mouse. But it's not my goal. So maybe let's go for just one like more central bun at the top actually. That would be this shape. And then we accentuate it more. I can't separate it like that, but I can. Ooh, I like this one, this song. this to switch to continuous. This gives us an option too because the animation can have like the top button bob up and down. Because there, it's in the back, right? So we're seeing just the tippy top of it here. So then maybe instead of a streak of red, she uses a red hair tie? Doesn't even need a... And as long as the red is on the shirt in the design as well, we're all good there.
This is something. Curly hair with a bun.
I'd like to have some of this. Oh, it's too ambiguous. I guess the red shirt does enough for the design. I could go full on like this. And then give her black pants. Or not black, but at least this dark gray. Actually, the same color I used for Drifter. And then one more pixel there to show that this is a shirt, this is a longer coat. This is getting closer. I can't use this red because it's too dark. If I went back to the previous skin color, I could. But I think I like this one better. But then I could go darker on this. Yeah, that looks good too. Let's go back. Maybe instead of bright red, we just go for almost white even? No. Or we go for a light gray. A light gray, a slightly darker gray. Yeah, if that's better. Maybe this is just pink. Well, no. Not that pink. I need a less saturated pink. I mean, I don't think this is really a pink character. She likes black and red. red, darker red. That's actually not insane, but. All right, so we're about the undershirt more in a minute. I'll go with that for now. I like that better than that off gray, but kind of blue or gray. And I can always make more colors. I'm just trying to stick with the color palette for now. Now let's give her, I'm going to make her right-handed. She actually has a spear. I can use this gray for the spearhead, and that also contributes something. I think it's a bone spear. One pixel for the spear makes more sense. And now the hand is kind of overkill. What did I do for him? I just did it like this. Okay, let's give this a little bit of a curve on the tail. It's not even a spear, it's a javelin, technically. Large javelin. We've got a little tail on it. That's right. Oh, I can give the javelin a red streamer. I need this javelin should be straight. I don't know what I'm doing here. And then I can put this streamer here. Not quite like this. Like this too, little streamers and fabric attached to characters means I can animate it blowing in the wind and they look a lot more dynamic that way. Just adding a little bit more shading to things, but not too much, I hope. Smart red jacket, red hair tie. This bun, I can hold on. Let's do that to give it a little bit more clarity. I think with the animation, it'll be pretty clear, but. Could also do that way. Oh, that should be shadowed, of course. Be only one pixel there. Ah, that's actually fine. You know, let's see, close that up a bit. No, it's better opener, more open. That's pretty good. It's pretty distinctive. I am at least temporarily content with this. What I'm gonna do next is give it 3 days and then come back and look at it again and be like, yep, that looks good, or let me see if I can adjust that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We have a front and a back. The sides, that's a whole big mess. I'll do those later. But this is the main design. This is the most fun part to do. Side. I mean, actually, yeah, besides figuring out where the arms go, because I didn't get any side references, that should be fine too. But I'm not going to do that today. What I'm going to do is take a 5 to 10 minute break and then draw one more after the break. We'll do another character. So yeah, let me, oops, not that. Let's go here. Ooh. How do I would like to lock the background image, please. I would like to not do that. Lock that, please. Properties. Be our bye. Okay. There we go. Okay, I will take a break and then we'll draw one more when we're back. See you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. Heyo, folks. That's what I'm supposed to say. I'm practicing. If I'm gonna make YouTube super regular, I should have a few more things like an intro and an outro and stuff like that. But not for now. So I realized I said I was gonna draw another NPC, but I'd actually rather, since there are no NPCs in the game, I'd rather make the NPC object in the code and like put in Kacie as a placeholder and make sure dialogue works and stuff like that. So that'll be more fun and less creatively draining. And also, I'll say after my brief break coming back, yeah, I still like the sprite. So that's good to know. Let me actually real quick whip up an idle animation for this one, just as a placeholder, and then we can use that as our test for the new NPC. I already imported like Sonia and Lydia and Duran to use for that specific purpose, but now we can use a Daughter or an Arcanaclysm character instead. Did I unmute? I did. Good. So take a breath. That just means actually almost wonder if I think that's right for her. Because how tall does that make her in comparison to Drifter? 1 pixel shorter, I believe, because this would be the lower frame for Drifter. That's fine. I didn't specify like exactly how tall she was in the lower document. So she could be taller, but doing this just to lower her is much less work. Yeah, okay, so let's copy this. I mean, this is probably a placeholder, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just happy with it. And let's make a new group for NPCs. Create group, Kacie. How do I do this for the player sprites? Assets. Well, she kind of only has sprites. Like, I don't think she's going to have custom sounds and particles. So I'll just do that directly in here. Idle, how do I format these? Create sprite. I need to memorize those hotkeys. Let's SPR NPC Kacie South idle. And then this should be 20 pixels high. Oops. I don't actually know if that is the right animation, but... Oh! Slow down! You're hyperventilating. I can also do this little bit like I mentioned. I hate that. I did my best, but I couldn't figure out how to rebind some of the hotkeys in Game Maker, so that means that my Game Maker and my Sprite hotkeys are almost the same, but not quite the same, and that's almost worse than them being completely different. Okay, so that's just a placeholder for now. What should the... Okay, so the player mask is going to be a separate thing from the NPC mask, but for now, they are identical. 16 by 16. Wait. So this should be 8 at 16. Actually, hers is over 2 because she has this spear on the side of her. Yeah, you can see center, so 2 pixels over to give room for the spear. And the mask can still be there. Okay, so let's make an NPC object. Create object. NPC. What is... So... This is going to be funny. Let me check something. Okay, so for now, so an NPC is an entity, which means it can take damage. Which means right now we will be able to kill the NPCs. Wait, didn't I already have... Okay, good. I did delete the old ones. See, here's Charon and that is not their name anymore. Let's just rename them real quick. No dead naming, even in the code. Titles. Yeah, I mean Duran. Those are all here, but I don't have any NPC code already. So they're going to be an entity, which means that create object. Instead of doing that, let's make the NPC parent set the mask index. Maybe only if the collision mask is set to same as sprite. That makes sense. They should be invisible, but the parent of entity should set that, so I don't have to check that. What is collision mask? Let's just start with that. Hold on. Oh, well, campsite. Hold on, I'm off my chat page. There we go. Let's put her over here, which is basically where I pictured her in my head in the story. So there she is for now. Let's go take a look. I think she's going to need a shadow. Oh, and I do want to know, since I don't know. I don't know what mask index is when it's set to nothing. Oh, I can push her around. So mask index right now is the full sprite. You can see it's pushing her at the top. Ref sprite -1. Oy. Let's try if... Is that gonna work? probably. I think that will work. The refs are new, and I haven't thought about this particular interaction recently. But we want to set a default NPC mask. That's the default mask for the NPC, and we'll set it here as well. And then it should mean that if I set it to something else for the specific object, it won't get overridden by this. So let's see that, and then also I want to get the player's shadow and copy that as well. Oh, hey, go away, I don't need you. Player, NPC, shadow. Okay, so then we set the shadow here. I can tell I'm thinking slower. I need a longer break than I took. So she should have a shadow and a collision mask that now matches the shape of the character. I could have disabled the pushing as well, but I don't actually remember how to do that, so we'll just... Yeah, now she has both of those things. Hey, what's up? Alt F4. Nothing happened. Let's give... Actually, speaking of that, let's give NPCs a default health that's larger than 1. Stat.hp max. The way I'm gonna fix this, by the way, is, well, I should probably just make them invincible. Oh! Oh. I always forget that. I do want to make it so that entity initialize gets called automatically. Initialize. Let me add a note to do that. I just need like a post create event, and then this just always happens in the post create. I probably need to put that in my to-do list. Let's put that in bugs. Call entity initialize automatically. Yeah, great. But how did I do that with the globber bomb? How do I do to make it so it doesn't take bumping? Impact attack disable? That's not it. Oh no, you can push the globber bombs around. How did I do that with... I'll just have to look at the pushback code and... Oh yeah, you can push them around. I want the NPCs to be able to push Drifter, but not you being able to push the NPCs, because this is just silly. Anyway, she is now much tankier. Should be components entity. In the step event. No. Entity avoidance. I see. So I could do this. which I don't usually do. Struct.component. Uh-oh. I changed the syntax for this recently. Maybe I only did that in my other project. But now she should not do the pushback stuff. Oh my god. Yes, component systems are so cool. This isn't even, I don't have to add a check. I just say remove that bit of code from this particular type of entity. Like still inheriting from entity, but like combining that with inheritance, so much more powerful than just one or the other. Now it gets confusing, don't get me wrong. There's downsides to this, but that was clean. Look at what a perfect solution for this particular problem. Just remove the pushback component. And that's why I made it a separate component. I thought I might want to do that. Great job, past me. And also, it's not even that hard. Like, if I were to want to like break up this stuff into more components, I could. Like, oh, this thing doesn't have iframes. I can move that into an iframes component, right? But I put them in here because I don't think I'm going to need that. Great. I do eventually need to make an invincibility tag so that the NPCs actually don't take damage. Or they can take damage, but they can't ever die. But for now, I'll just add that to my to-do list because it's not important. I can just, what I'm going to do here, let me explain why it's not important. You're not going to be able to kill Kacie because the other step to that damage system is I'm going to have damage types and target types and a hit-miss block table like this. And I already included this. Anything you try to attack an NPC with will just miss the NPC. That's just going to be hard-coded in. What would work, I mean, any kind of attack would be like this. There'd probably be an enemy impact, which is going to miss enemies, miss NPCs, get blocked by walls, blocked by trees, miss bushes, miss flowers, blocked by rocks, blocked by clutter, blocked by switch, and miss teleport hits. So there we go. And that's why I would do this, and then enemy attacks would be this category. They would also not hit NPCs. But I could make this hit just for flavor, and then I don't know, I guess have them run away if I wanted to do that. So but that's why I wanted a table like this for that as well. And why it's not important for them to be invisible right now, but I do want there to be an invincibility tag so that I can guarantee that an NPC won't die from something that could do like area effect, like explosions. It would be cool if they hit and did damage so the NPC looked like they got hurt, like has that reaction to the environment, but they just can't die because their health gets instantly replenished, right? Or like all damage is reduced to 0, for instance. This is not gonna be like Dark Souls where you can just kill NPCs, but it also means I can, like, I could eventually make some kind of behavior logic where NPCs can like move around and attack and defend themselves from mobs. Not that I'm planning to do that. I don't think I'm going to. But I had some ideas about that, and if the code works that way, it will be a lot easier to implement an ambitious feature like that. Okay, sorry, I still haven't added it to my to-do list. Wait. Lovely. So there's an NPC. An NPC by default is also going to have an interactive attached to them. So let me look at the sign code for this. Okay, so that was just me thinking really hard. My mic didn't die or anything. For the signs, I want to be able to place a sign in the level editor and edit the sign text that it says and just have it say that thing. For an NPC, every NPC is going to have their own object. So I don't actually have to automate almost any of this. I just go to the NPC and I add ECS event interact. Which means that an NPC without any text would just do nothing when you interact with it, which is totally fine, because there shouldn't be any NPCs like that. Well, the trouble is, what if I did want to use... If I eventually want like minor NPCs, which just don't have any text attached to them, I don't think I would want to do that, but if I do, then I can make a new kind of NPC that has this sort of processing for the interact event. But otherwise, all that means I'd have to do is add interaction create to the create event of the NPC object, and now there should be a little whoop over Drifter's head when you get close. So let's go see what it does. Whoop. Look at that. Whoop. And you can interact, but it doesn't do anything. I am curious if I can make interactions follow the NPC if it were to move. But that's an issue I will fix when I get to it. Actually, no, I'm really curious. I bet I already did that. Oh, look at that, I did. Okay, well, I didn't. But all I have to do is add... Let's just do that now and not even test it. I think I'm pretty confident I can do this. Well, actually, I can test it as well. Because I should be able to drag an NPC with the entity inspector. So object interaction means a creative or step event, a post step event rather. Step, post, end step. And this is interaction. End step. And please, why Game Maker? I know Code Editor 2 is coming out soon. As soon as it works, I will be transitioning. But it has always made me mad that the where and when it opens events is never organized. It just gets messy instantly. There's no way to keep your code organized without doing it manually. Anyways. So what I want for the interaction object is an offset value. We're just gonna do this. Let's go Y offset instead of this. Okay, that's a little bit more standard. And then in the end step, we just say x equals owner.x. interact, destroy, and then we also say could there ever be an interaction that doesn't have an owner? Let's just cover that for now. Don't do anything if there's no owner. If it doesn't exist, then you want to destroy an exit. Just to handle that automatically. So like the other stuff is already destroying them when they get destroyed. That's pretty much automatic already. But if I ever want to do this in another context, this will be more robust and safe and prevent crashes in the future. That would be the expected behavior. So now it should move. This is just fixing a thing. So now I can just take what? Wait, why? Oh, minus owner. What am I doing there? Okay, so now if I grab my inspector, I drag her over here. Yes, the interaction goes with her. This is another fun thing about like being able to inspect them, right? We can see information about her. She should have a name. I can set a name for Kacie. So let's go to the Kacie NPC and add a bit more information here. Kacie, great. So here is where we can say set name, Kacie, and her pronouns. And then we can, let's just do a test EC event add. Yes, event dot interact. Heck yeah. And then we can just say that's automatic. We could say speaker ID. I think that will work, but I'm not sure. Let's find out. I'd expect that to work, which means when I implemented it, I would have done it that way. No. Wait, what? ECS components? Good ID. Oh, no, it's going to be in the context of dialogue. Oh, I just do this. That's how this one works. That's right. Look at that. She speaks. Hello, I'm Kacie. Heyo. What's up, Kacie? That's satisfying. How nice. I actually think the interaction radius on an NPC should be a little bit bigger because you have to get really close. Like, close enough you kind of have to bump into them to even do it. So let's make that happen. And look at this. Look, parent NPC, component, interaction create. Guess what? There's a radius parameter, X, Y. Oh, but I don't know what the default is. That's fine. Radius. probably 16 by default. So let's make it 50% bigger.
See how this feels. And that would affect every NPC. It's just, I love object-oriented programming. Yeah, this is a little more reasonable. Maybe even too big. 24. Maybe just 20 is right. Well, I mean, that's fine. You can talk to people from like much further away. The only trouble will be if you run into NPCs that are like right next to each other, but the interaction will always find the closest one. So that would be okay, I think.
For now, let's do that. This is the furthest interaction I've ever had for NPCs, but I think it's a lot more natural that way. I've been playing Dark Souls, or not Dark Souls, but Elden Ring recently, and it's actually, in a way not related to the difficulty of the game. It is influencing some aspects of my design. I was thinking about like enemy design, and I was realizing like the enemies in the last Librarian are really, like the bosses are good actually. I like a lot of the bosses in the last Librarian. But the regular enemies are they do one thing each. And the enemies in Dark Souls, even the most common enemies, mostly have like, at least a close range and a long range thing that they can do. And it makes the game a lot more interesting, and you can balance it in a way that doesn't make it harder. It just makes it more, like you have to, like encountering an enemy is more interesting when they can do more than one thing. So that's something I've been working on in my future enemy design. Yeah, I think that's good. That's all I want to do with Kacie today. I have to do more sprite animating, more NPCs. This might be what is necessary for me to kick off drawing the rest of them. I think I'm going to be focusing on the last Librarian next week. For the next 2 weeks. But yeah, I've got lots of options. Anyways, that's all I'm going to do for today. Thanks, folks who were able to make it. And I'll be back hopefully next Sunday with another wheel spinning stream and whatever other updates I have to make. I might try to post an update video. We'll see. But I also am just enjoying the streaming and not worrying too much about regular devlog. Making the game is more important to me still than posting updates about it. But yeah, have a good day, everybody. And I'll see you on another Sunday.